We're going to get police. We're going to do a lot. We're going to stay at it till we get it done.
Hopefully this is the momentum for the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act to get passed and have you sign.
We got to have that and a lot more.
President Joe Biden says the whole world now sees the systemic racism that exists in America. After the guilty verdict came down, the president called George Floyd's murder a stain on our nation's soul. While he recognized the verdict will not bring Floyd back, he said it's a step forward towards racial justice, something the president also told Floyd's young daughter when he called the family today.
When I met her last year, I've said this before, at George's funeral, I told her how brave I thought she was. And I sort of knelt down to hold her hand. I said, Daddy's looking down on you. He's so proud. She said to me then, I'll never forget it, Daddy changed the world. And I told her this afternoon, Daddy did change the world. Let that be his legacy.
And a whole lot of other people are going to change it a whole lot more.
Justice.
President Biden says the
Just
country
started.
can't stop here. He said he would urge passage of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. This would prohibit chokeholds and end qualified immunity for officers. The House passed it without Republican support. It would need 60 votes to pass in the Senate, which is unlikely.
Members of Colorado's Black Caucus say they weren't expecting today's outcome, but recognize they have more work to do.
And today, we are relieved that we have received some sense of justice that I don't think any of us believed would come.
Democratic State Representative Leslie Herod helped pass the police accountability law last year following the protests in June. Tomorrow, debate will begin on modifying a law that hasn't been fully implemented. It requires body cameras for all law enforcement by July 2023, bans chokeholds, changes the standard for when an officer can use deadly force, and holds law enforcement officers personally liable for any excessive force. The new version would require de-escalation before physical force is used. Things like verbal persuasion, warnings, slowing down the pace of an incident, creating distance between the officer and threat, and requesting more help, like mental health professionals. The bill gets its first hearing tomorrow. If passed, as it's written today, it would also ban deadly force against a person suspected of a minor or nonviolent crime.
A man known for leading chants and energizing the crowd